Macca's Guides.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to a milestone episode of the completed series. This is number 75. We are 3/4 of the way to 100. And in this episode, we'll be talking about a game called Steep, which I recently completed. If you're new to the series, check out the first 74 episodes. This is a series where I take a few minutes to talk about a game that I recently completed. I tell you guys about my thoughts, about the achievements and trophies, and about some of the statistics for the game for me personally. So I started out Steep on December 2nd, which is the day that it came out in 2016, and completed it exactly 1 month later on January 2nd, 2017. Now personally, the game took me roughly 35 hours, and I would say for most people who are good enough, the game will take between 30 and 40 hours, but can be a little bit shorter or a lot longer if you're not good enough to grab the 29 achievements available in the game. For the achievement or trophy difficulty, I'm going to give this game an 8 out of 10, and that is simply for a couple of the wingsuit challenge events that are very difficult and require you to be an expert wingsuiter. There's also a couple of difficult but not impossible challenges requiring you to be decent at skiing and snowboarding, although the bottleneck for most people is definitely going to be the wingsuit challenges, which is why it's an 8 out of 10. Although for the people who are willing to grind it out and for the people who are good enough, again, it's not going to be that long and it is pretty fun. For the fun factor, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. As I talked about in my most underappreciated games of 2016 video, I love this game quite a bit and it has a lot going for it. I talked a lot about this game in that video, and I also talked a lot about it on stream, which is the gameplay you're watching now as I unlock my last achievement called MclovinLegend for completing all of the mountain stories in the Alps, which isn't really that eventful, but was what I left for last for that stream.
The most anticlimactic way to get 1,000 in Steep coming right up for you guys.
This game I really enjoy for its core gameplay. It's not a perfect game, it doesn't have a good tutorial, the UI is quite bad, but overall the gameplay is solid and a lot of fun. This is not SSX, it's definitely more on the simulation end than the arcade end, but you get a lot out of the game for what you put in. You progress and you get better for every time you go down a mountain and screw up. You can get back to the top and go back down learning something new and feeling like you're better than you were the first time you tried it. On top of that sense of progression, there's also a decent amount of variety. You'll be paragliding, which isn't that great. You'll be skiing, and you will be doing races and trick events and other types of things where you're specifically trying to go through checkpoints or just get to the bottom of the hill as fast as possible. And there's wingsuiting. Sometimes you'll be trying to fly close to the ground and close to objects, or through checkpoints, or racing to the bottom, or just trying to get at, a certain angle through a certain rock. And there's a lot of variety in the game, which is also really nice. If you want to know more of my thoughts about Steep, I will link my most underappreciated games of the year video where I talk in depth about it. But for this video, I'm just going to say it's an 8 out of 10 for the fun factor, and I really enjoyed it, but it's definitely not SSX. I've also included a link to the Xbox.com forum page, the TrueAchievements game page. I've also left a link to my Twitter if you want to tweet me stuff, and you can subscribe for future content. Thank you so much to Drop Dead Artemis for supporting the show on Patreon, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.